Okay, this is episode 10 of the JSPT podcast, Just Some People Talking. This week's episode brought to you by calculators. Calculators, that thing your teacher said you wouldn't always have in your pocket. Now, Marion, let's introduce what this episode is about.
That was good. I thought you were gonna do that, but I'll do it. It's fine.
I kind of forgot.
Oh, okay. Well, this episode we kind of just wanted to start off by talking about what's the girl's name? Her name is Greta. Am I saying that right?
Greta Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
Yeah, Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Hold up,
She's
bro.
bringing the thunder to all the old politicians in the world.
Greta Thunberg. Okay. Like the little shawty who was who went to the UN and ripped them a new asshole over the whole climate change thing. And I don't know. It was one of those things where, like, I guess we could just talk about our impressions on the whole thing. And I guess I'll start off. Well, when I first saw headlines and kind of heard about it, I was interested, but I was also kind of just kind of exhausted, as I've kind of been with this whole climate change topic becoming seemingly more and more prevalent in the news as of recent years and such. It's kind of just an exhausted, okay, yeah, this is good, but I kind of don't care as much. And I can go into that more. But yeah, and it was just one of those things where I was in no real rush to watch it, but I did check it out, I think, at some point before I went to bed, the day I heard about it. And I'd say, well, for one, the girl's pretty damn well spoken. It was really, really heartfelt. When she was talking her shit, I felt that. And I think it was also an interesting thing because I think it was I think it hit a very nice sweet spot between aggressive but also still respectful and articulate. And yeah, I hope in some way she kind of swayed the minds of people around the world who are going to be exposed to this, and maybe could get more people on the right path mentally on how this shit actually is really important. What about you, Josh? How'd you feel?
I felt like she was pretty. I felt like she was pretty okay to take the stage for the situation. I mean, her whole backstory is she had she orchestrated a couple organizations kind of protesting and different like I guess they were bigger things, but no one showed up from those organizations. Actually, she was the only one. So um I know a lot of people felt like her performance, I mean, using that word is kind of messed up, but a lot of people felt like it was a performance, how she kind of was a little over emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an emotional thing. You do have to, tap into someone's emotions at some point when it's certain situations, such as, something as serious as this. So, I mean, I guess I felt like it was necessary, but a lot of other people didn't. Um, I I was more disappointed with how our president reacted to it, but that's a whole different, topic we can get into later. But
Yeah, we'll get into that.
What did he say?
oh, I mean, she her whole speech was pretty much about how she was devastated and that, the future isn't looking bright, and his backlash was very it was so sarcastic. He was saying, if I could quote it, I'm gonna look for it real quick, but
Yeah, didn't he go to Twitter?
yeah, he went to Twitter as always, our Twitter finger president, and I'm pretty sure he said, let me see if I can find it. She seems like a very happy young girl looking forward to a bright and wonderful future. So nice to see.
Wasn't her whole thing about how there is no
And
bright
how
and
she
wonderful
Yeah,
future?
yeah,
she
exactly.
literally
Yeah.
was saying there was no like that the future is doomed. I was just like, wow. Only a guy like this would do something like he's just so he's he's extra, man.
He's
It's
funny
crazy
though.
we have him. Yeah, in someone's mind, yeah, he's
In
crazy.
mine, I think a
You think he
wild.
funny?
I think it's
Man.
pretty funny. I think there was a situation of him just
But
and
come on, do you not have any low points as like as a guy? You know what I'm saying? Not you, but him.
uh
Like you're making fun of a 16-year-old girl? Come on, dude.
She's 16. I thought she was
Yeah.
like 10.
yeah,
Oh,
she
she's
looked younger
16.
than that.
Oh, 16, 16.
I mean, she was born in like 2003. What the fuck? All right.
I'd make fun of her.
You would? That's
Well,
fucked up.
Yeah,
well,
that's old
well.
enough to be made fun of.
Question though,
Okay.
I
Uh,
I don't remember if she name dropped him at
she
all
didn't.
during the. Yeah, she didn't, right?
Nope, she didn't even say him at all.
Yeah,
She
then
said
never
all the
mind. Then never
leaders.
mind.
She put it on
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the leaders.
yeah. No, I do remember that being the general thing, but I was wondering if she name dropped him at any point. And then in that case, then yeah, then there actually is really no reason for you. That's just you being like going out of your way to like fuck this little bitch. Like I'm gonna violate like when like, but if she name dropped him, it's like I hope like hold up.
Yeah, now
You
we have
asking
a
you
UFC
asking for the
match.
smoke. Like you asking for the smoke. Do you know who I
Want the
am?
Donald.
I'm about to where's my Twitter? Where's my phone? Like it's time. It's time. But yeah, he wild for that.
I mean, yeah, climate change
He's always wild, man.
could have an issue. I mean, I don't know what the speech was. I didn't watch it, and I don't think I will because it sounds pretty boring. But
Well, I mean, at this point, we already started the show, so you get fucking out.
yeah, I don't think I ever will. If I were trying to make a convincing climate change argument, I would say that it's going to get too hot in the countries where the people you don't want to be in your country live, and then those people will migrate to your country, and you don't want that. So stop polluting. There you go. That's my ultimate solution. Tap into racism and xenophobia. People will start moving real quick. Like, oh shit, the Sudanese people are gonna start moving in. All right, everybody, stop taking airplanes. No more meat for you.
I mean, that's all good until motherfuckers just be like, okay, well, anybody who comes in this country just gets lit up.
Getting
Like
shot.
the 4th of July, you're just getting shot now. Fuck that. It's on site. We're not letting you guys come in here. You gotta deal with the fucking heat.
It's gonna be like World War Z. There's just gonna be hordes of people
Fuck
clawing at the gates of like Italy or whatever,
Like I said,
sinking into the Mediterranean and rising on the shore.
Oh Lord.
Let us in. Pay for your
God,
crimes.
You know what's like an interesting thing? Well, actually, first I'll talk about how like the whole climate thing has just been like kind of like not exhausting to me necessarily, even though I did say that before. But I guess in some ways, like I guess yeah, because like I kind of hear about it now, and my ears kind of just like a timer starts in my head. Like, okay, I'm giving this about 20 seconds of my attention before I'm like I start to tune out. And it's like this thing because I was talking to the guys about this before the show started, where I feel like I came to terms with the reality of the health of our planet and the road we were down many years ago. And in many ways, it also feels like it's just now becoming like the top 5 most popular things to talk about in the world in terms of like a worldly like thing. And I'm just like, what? Like, dude, like for one, my main reaction, why I've been very like blase blah about the whole like straws being like banned and not used, people just really cutting down on straw usage.
That was real stupid.
I'm just like, bro, why was that not the very first thing to go when we realized plastic was bad for the planet? Straws are such a fucking luxury. Why do we not?
They're luxury for a lot of people, but
why did we not get rid of straws a very long time ago? Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, they're a luxury for a lot of people, but their actual impact is negligible, and some people who are disabled actually need straws. But it's just that's
And
why
they can use a metal one.
well, that's why the straw thing is stupid because it doesn't
Or
change
or a
anything.
paper one.
Paper, fuck off.
Nah, I'm not bullshitting that. That paper one works.
Paper
For
straws
making
suck
detergent.
balls. Those are so
I'm
bad.
not, plastic is a terrible thing. I don't care. I've stood by that
I mean, it's
forever. It's
bad,
a
but
terrible.
again, it's how
It's killing us. It's
negligible
only been here for less than
the
100 years,
the impact of plastic straws is just nothing.
bro.
That's why
All
it's
plastic
stupid.
does something, dude.
I mean, yeah, it all does something, but that something isn't a lot. Is the
No, but
problem.
the thing is this, that starting off, because here's the thing, these are all part of like trends. So you start off with straws and you start moving on to other things. By now
Like plastic
we should be like damn near like done with the
no
whole plastic
Tupperware.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But we're just now getting started on straws. So you know how much longer it's going to take for everything else to really start to get in the flow, and everything starts to else
Oh, it's
like
gonna
and
be a
everything
minute.
else to start to like it's going to take a while. As I'm saying, like if we fucking got rid of straws 20 fucking years ago and we knew they were a problem, it would have been we'd be in a much better place now. But it's like
True.
no, we decided to get rid of the straws now. It's like bro, and like you said, Aaron, straws among all the other things that we use plastic for are probably like the least impactful. But it's like it took us too long to get to the first step, the first baby step. That's why it's aggravating to me and annoying, and the sort of thing where I'm just like, I lost all faith in humanity in this thing.
Yeah.
Either we're gonna get it together or we're not, and I'm not gonna waste no more not too much more emotional and mental like energy worrying about the future of our planet and how we take care of it, because it's whatever.
I mean, I'd probably say
We will or
like
we won't. I'm kind of in a place like that.
like the straw thing, like I think it's mostly just kind of a, and I don't like this term, but virtue signaling. Nobody really gives a shit, but they're just gonna go after some small stupid thing like straws. Nobody gives a fuck about straws. They don't do anything. It's utterly meaningless, but it makes you
I mean,
look
some
good.
animals choke on them, bro. What? Come on.
I mean, if you were going to care about anything, then plastic bags or 6-pack containers would be the first and most obvious choice. Straws definitely are not.
Well, okay, let me put it like this. Do you see
Like
a
I
lot of, I
said,
mean,
it's
I
baby
don't see as
steps.
many I don't see that kind of stuff around anymore anyway. I haven't seen a 6-pack container in a long time.
I mean, I don't really hang out in circles that drink from 6-packs, but
All the 6-pack containers I see don't use the plastic things anymore. They're like in boxes, actually.
Yeah.
Which honestly, Aaron, you just made me realize that when you said that.
they switching to
Yeah,
boxes now.
I think everyone's full fledged switched to boxes now. Yeah, I think that's actually
Nice.
been a thing for a while now. Now that I think about it, I can't think of like when Josh said, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, Josh!" I bought a 6-pack the other day that was in a box. Wait, hold up. like the gears started turning in my head. Yeah, they might have been did that. I guess.
I mean, I still see them. I mean, I don't.
Thankfully.
But I do still see them.
Right with soda. With soda, I know. I think the same thing.
I see them in Gatorades. I was about to say.
Yeah. I think the beer companies have the better morals here right now.
But
Crazy.
yeah, like plastic bags at the supermarket are such like there's a billion of them. I always get a whole bunch of them. I never ask for them. I keep saying no, I'll put it in my backpack. They just give it to me anyway. Terrible. Time.
No. Yeah, you're 100% right. I think those are like the more prevalent ones, and those are making headway too. But I think starting with something light, like straws, is kind of. Here's how I'm gonna link it. Here's a really crappy Marion metaphor. It's like a girl with a really tight vagina preparing herself for sex with her black boyfriend. Now, hear me out. You start off small. You start off with like a pinky, your finger, and you do it yourself. You do it in the comfort of your own home when you set the mood, this, that, and the third, and you give it a month or two of frequent practice. That pussy will be ready for some back shots the next month.
He's crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. It's the same thing, same exact thing. You start off with straws, start off with something small. You're not gonna really miss it. Blah blah blah. Everyone can like implement it, and there's like alternatives. And you work your way up to fucking plastic bags and everything else and all the other stuff, and no more Tupperware and this, that, and the third, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
I agree.
it's baby steps, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why it's frustrating to me because it's taking so long to take this one baby step, and we're at a place now where we don't have time for baby steps no more.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like if this was 2001, we could maybe be in that baby step. You know, like we could have been taking baby steps and working our way up.
But we didn't realize a whole ecosystem was going to be destroyed because of
I
it.
think we did.
Like that one fucking island that is dying.
Well, I guess we would have to be defined, but because there are still obviously people who don't think that climate change is real at all.
Yeah, but I think the one thing though with plastic stuff is that is a different issue that we also did not really address. That the whole plastic thing is like pollution. I mean, for one, it's at the
pollution
core
of
we're
the
talking
sky
about
and pollution
of
the
yeah, you know, like it's different. There's like the whole because like plastic isn't causing the weather to get hotter.
No,
well, it's production
ecosystems.
It's
production.
It's production, but the production of everything causes that. So I'm not including that. But what I'm saying is like it's killing ecosystems, and at the core of what we're really talking about here is the health of our planet.
Speaking of emissions, though, did you guys hear about how Trump told California they couldn't do the emissions laws they had?
No,
they stopped them.
I think
I mostly
barred
like
them.
whenever there's news about California, I tune out because it's always we're on fire or there's
fire.
It wasn't.
Fire.
It wasn't. It wasn't just them though. I think it was Texas as well. Like he pretty much like told both states, no, you can't do this because the money that the car industry's is like, bro, come on. I get you're a businessman, but come on, dude. He wants to build more jobs in those situations, like more gas station workers, more car salesmen, or like like those kind of situations. Like,
fuck that,
dude. That don't matter if who gonna drive the cars when we all fucking when Florida's underwater, okay? Like, who's gonna do that?
I mean, I don't like that anyway. I like my stuff cheap. I don't give a fuck about Americans having jobs more than I like having my stuff be cheap. I don't care about a car being made in America. I care about a car being made for my budget.
And Trump is crazy, man.
I don't know.
The world ending is crazy as well. No lie. All of it's just crazy.
Oh well, I won't get to see it. That's neat. That's Greta's problem. Even though she's like a very small.
No, she's not that much younger than us. But it's more her problem than ours.
She's worried about those
people. And I think that's another thing at its core too which is why I was able to like come to that sort of conclusion that like we're on a collision course with our own destruction and it's our fault. And so is the way of man. That's it. And I won't be here for the complete Armageddon of it. So with that said, fuck it. Damn, sucks, you know. And then I guess something that people may say and criticize me and other people for just like, oh, like you're not doing enough, you're not doing anything. It's like, bro, I got my own personal.
Well, nobody can do anything enough personally is the problem.
Yeah, like if I could now if you told me that I could enter a tournament and fuck up every world leader who was opposed to these things, and if I beat them all in this tournament, right, they would have to like submit and help save the world. Then motherfucker, I'll be training night and day. And I'll slaughter every single one of them with my bare hands.
And watch out for Putin.
That's why I'll be training night and day. Mainly for him. He's my main concern. That motherfucker is my main concern. So I'll be training night and day. You know what I mean? But I can't do that. I can't enter a world martial arts tournament and beat these niggas with my Kaioken. So it's like so it's like, what am I gonna do? Like,
yeah, like there are small personal decisions that can impact you, but there are other ones like those people who live in places that are like, this is a zero emission household. Like that means so fucking little in the grand scheme of things. And I guess it looks nice and makes you feel better, like morally, but that's an inconvenient way to live. That's a super inconvenient way to live.
Yeah, and like the biggest thing is causing complete structural reworks. Like if everybody in your like county is zero emission household, that's nice. You know what I mean? but like you're still one family. It's like, it's like in some ways it kind of comes across as like people just doing good deeds just so they can make sure they go to heaven type shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
it's like,
that's what I feel about the straw thing. It's like this zero emissions house means nothing. This straw thing means nothing.
yeah,
Like, worry about agriculture, worry about planes, worry about actual structural changes. You personally deciding, you know what, I'm not gonna take this plastic bag. It's like such a shit micro decision that doesn't mean anything.
and I think what it is too is like it helps people feel good about themselves, and it also is a thing where it's like one of those things where it's like, well, if you don't embody the movement you say that you're calling for, then are you really about it, sort of thing. And it's like, yes, I can still be very much about something and not actually like live it.
That's like the stupid people who are like, oh, if you want higher taxes, why don't you donate all your money? Like, it doesn't work that way. You need more people to join in.
It's like one of those things that, like, people just lose all sense of like what nuance is. Like there's a lot more layers of this thing than just that. And it's like me being like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I don't use these plastic bags from, you know what I mean? Like, and like I've considered like taking like small steps here and there to make sure like I don't do, like, I'm not part of the problem as much. And admittedly, it's all coming from a place of just like, I want to feel like I'm doing the right thing too. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. And am I gonna give people flack really though for being like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that? No, I'm not mad at you for it. That's good. Like, like it's good on you. Like, you're trying to do your part. But just don't give people flack who don't take those steps, but are also like very well aware of what the bigger issues are and want them to take a turn for the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just try to make the best of my votes. That's all I can really do. I mean, of course I can become like an advocate and do advocacy and all that stuff, but to be honest, I don't care that much to devote my life to it. I don't. I don't. Yeah. And if it comes down to that, then it comes down to that. I don't. I have other things in my life that I enjoy, and I don't want to spend my life fighting a battle that I think is a losing battle that I also think that I won't make much of an impact in. When I can spend my life doing the things that I love and doing the things that give me and my soul like life. And when I go out in this burning ass fucking fiery polluted abyss, I'll go out happy.
Right.
Instead of, I lost the battle. No. Like, I'm gonna go out fit, happy, have had done all the things I wanted to do, and just watched my planet slowly but surely disintegrate around me. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm literally that meme. Like, the dog in the office where everything's burning.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is fine. Because my desk is not on fire. It's like, but But I'll tell people when they're running around on fire, I'm on fire. I'll be like, yo, stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll, bro. And if they listen, they listen. They don't, they don't, And if our boss comes in, he's like, oh, what do I do? Call 911 and use the fire extinguisher. If he doesn't listen, well, what can I do, bro? What can I do? I could just worry about my desk. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's how I feel about it. That's one hell of a metaphor.
I mean, yeah, giving up seems like a pretty typical response for all this climate stuff. I mean, I'm mostly indifferent, mostly because I have the privileged position of being somewhere where none of this shit matters. I mean, maybe the city gets flooded, but I feel like there's...
Okay, what happens when a hurricane comes through and hits you guys?
They never reach up here anymore.
No, but that's the thing with climate change. What if it does hit up there and actually hits up there? Or you guys start seeing tornadoes, which doesn't make sense because, like, how the fuck did a tornado fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing with climate change. Things that aren't supposed to happen.
Yeah, Aaron, don't be crazy and act like Sandy didn't affect us. I'm not gonna give too many specifics on where you live, but
I mean, it was Mad Max Zone, Terror Land, and there was to your fucking waist. Well, not my waist, but a normal person's waist.
Yeah.
But I have money. I'll just move. Who cares? Let New York flood. I'll find a new home.
I think for me, that's the biggest thing. 30 years from now, I don't want to have to move out of New York because it's like inhabitable or like not practical. I want to be here wearing my Timbs till the day I die, son.
Timbs and my jackets in summer.
I need my Timbs.
I want my
feel that.
I want my Yuttas,
I feel that, bro.
my Yankees fitted, my big nigga cheese. I want to be chilling here, go out like a champ.
Pickles and bagels and
Pickles.
whatever else. Yeah, pickles and bagels are like big in New York.
We're known for pickles.
And bagels, yeah. Because
I know I'm known for my pickle, but I didn't know all of us were known for our pickles.
It's like,
wow.
So I think it's like a Jewish thing that they're like the pickle guys, and that's why
Jews make pickles now too.
I don't think
niggas do
now.
everything.
I think kosher pickles is like a phrase you've come across, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they're like pickles and bagels, like they do those.
What?
You know about their pickles?
Bro, I don't know nothing about no Jewish pickles. Hey, yo, bro.
Next time you see a Jewish person, walk up and ask him about his pickle.
I'm like, yo, let me see your pickle.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm not. On your ass.
Let's see, pickled cucumber, a deli pickle. Okay, wait, hold up. Common on United States pickle, cucumber brine, fermented, blah, blah, blah. Well, this sounds, now that I think about it, and as you guys mentioned, it sounds very Jewish.
Fermented.
Like pickles do sound like, yeah, like fermented and they're pickled, and that's like that's a like there's a thing where like that's like a process I think for like preserving things. That's probably why pickles even started. It's just to preserve the food so you can eat it in the future. And I think a lot of Jewish food had those sort of those properties.
What if this is all bullshit and it's actually just like one dude, like one guy
was like, yo, I just want to taste some weird shit. And then he did it and everybody's like, yo, this shit's good. And everybody's like, what?
Yeah, like
and then they found out later that like, oh, yo, this shit don't spoil. Like,
yeah.
I don't know though. I don't know if it's really a Jewish thing. I'm looking at Wikipedia, which is the.
Well, I mean, like in New York. In New York, I think it is.
Okay, I got you.
Like New York City, like bagels, yeah.
Well, yeah, bagels,
like
pickles,
universally
deli sandwiches.
Yeah. But that's the real issue with climate change. That's going to destroy all the crops, and we won't have any more pickles. I mean, I honestly, like looking at it, it seems like most practical responses would be to appeal to some sort of economic factor that's going to get super fucked when the entire world heats up.
Oh, I mean, like in order to get like politicians and stuff like that on the bandwagon, yeah.
Like I wasn't even joking when I was talking about like people in places that are just going to be hit with super hard droughts, like in Africa. Like,
oh no, that's something that I've thought about too before. Yeah, I do think that's like a factor.
Yeah, like they're not just gonna sit there and fucking bake to death. They're gonna move.
Yeah,
and they're gonna move into these other places, and then those places are gonna be too hot, and then they're gonna move up and up and up and up.
The only motherfuckers who are gonna be okay are those Icelandic Viking motherfuckers. They're just gonna be like,
no, their shit's gonna melt, and they're gonna be underwater.
Nah, no. I mean, from my understanding, they're not like close to like being below sea level.
Oh yeah, there actually are some places that are real high up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Like Nepal and stuff. Live on like Mount Everest with the Sherpas.
That's the move. Just become a monk.
Yeah.
All this shit don't matter. And
water bending.
And the mountain that you live on is gonna end up becoming just like Miami.
True.
Beachfront property in the next 100 years. Nice.
Bro, like we just gotta buy some property.
I do wonder if like markets have factored in climate change, like real estate wise, because buying in Miami, like beachfront in Miami, seems like a really nice idea. But
I don't know. I don't think so yet because
because if the whole place is gonna be underwater, like who's gonna want to do that?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really think so, bro.
Yeah, like we're still getting new skyscrapers built here. They're building an entirely new neighborhood called Hudson Yard. Like, And it's right next to the fucking river. If the sea levels go up, that's the first place that's
the
getting
first
hit.
thing that's gonna get hit. Yeah, like that big ass like building that's being built next to the Manhattan Bridge and FDR. That shit. That's like right next to the East River in Manhattan, and that's exactly that flood zone that got hit in Lower Manhattan. I guess part of that flood zone that got hit hard in Lower Manhattan when Sandy came through, and that was a couple of years back. When you would assume, or not assume, but like the climate thing has gotten worse since then. So just luckily we haven't got hit with a very strong hurricane since Sandy. But the next time, I don't know. Aaron, did you hear about the whole thing that they plan on like completely redoing the park right next to somewhere near you?
Have I heard there's construction fucking everywhere?
Like no, like not like like the East River Park.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about East River Park.
Yeah, well, they're like tearing that well, there are plans to tear that motherfucker up completely and fill it with landfill to make it higher and taller, and also add a whole bunch of like anti-flood protections.
Oh yeah, I had heard about some kind of like flood wall for East River Park, or just for New York in general.
Well, no, like there's gonna be like a flood wall in like the harbor or like in the river type thing. But what I'm talking about specifically there is that they're gonna be adding like floodgates and shit like that along like the park and everything, where like it can drain out, and I don't know, like a whole bunch of shit. Like you should check it out. And there's a whole lot of like there's a big movement from like residents down in that area to kind of like fight against that, because they're just like, there are other solutions, and we don't want to lose our park for the next like 10-15 years or whatever type shit or some shit.
I mean, I already lost my park. So
yeah,
it's all gravy, baby. It's all the same to me. But I guess it does mean that some people are pricing in the fact that the fucking sea levels are rising. And I know that the military is definitely looking at this. They can't just
100%. Yeah. They out of everybody's probably the most prepared for these sort of things.
Yeah, so it's just kind of weird seeing people just kind of bumble about, and it's like they're waiting for a magic solution. Like they're waiting for some sort of tech genius to be like, look, I've made a balloon that will suck up all of the greenhouse gases and float off into the sun and explode.
Yeah, which is an interesting thing. Like I've like heard people like say things like that. Oh, like
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, like we'll figure something out. It's like yeah, sure.
That is the fucking calling card of somebody who had a C average in high school. True. I'll figure something. Something will happen, surely. Some shit will bail us out. Like, no, you gotta work now, motherfucker. Greta's coming for you.
Greta?
I like the idea that she's like a goblin, or like the ring monster or something. Like she just pops up.
Her name's perfect for it too.
Yeah. Like
Greta the Goblin. Greta the Greenhouse Goblin.
The Greenhouse. That would be crazy. Like you throw a wrapper on the floor and she just like crawls out from the sewer like it.
Yeah.
You better put that shit back, friend. Recycle that. You go to get a burger and she's like, "Did you know how much water was needed to make that?"
Mm-hmm. One thing I will say is I don't constantly run the water anymore when I brush my teeth.
Oh,
so I'm doing my part.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Where's my medal?
Yeah. But what I will admit is, I still run the water when I take a shit because I don't want anyone to hear me.
Oh boy,
bro! I don't want to hear my ass going like. It's so embarrassing. I have to run the water, bro.
You're gonna fucking scream about it. That's not a.
Bro, no. I'd rather that, cause bro, it's whatever. Like this is like it's like I'm taking a shit right now, and you actively hear my butthole opening and going like, like that's not embarrassing. What's embarrassing is when I'm in a house and it's mad quiet, and I'm just like blowing ass because I'm farting and shitting and shit. Like, bro, like that's not the move, bro. Like the house gets mad quiet. And I'm just over here just like, and it's like, oh no, bro, I can't let nobody hear that. Like, especially if it's like one of those like rough ones where you're going like, you know, it's like you have like that dry like.
I have no idea. Every
push.
time I take a shit, it's pure liquid. I think I might have a problem.
Yeah, you probably have a problem. It's probably you don't get no protein in your diet.
I don't need protein. Doritos have protein. I checked the bag.
Alrighty.
And that concludes our climate change episode.
I think so.
Doritos have protein. I've checked the bag.
I think so.